Have you ever wondered how a small group of ordinary men changed the course of history? Today we're diving into the mission of the 12 Apostles, a story so powerful it still echoes 2,000 years later. Jesus, with his revolutionary vision, gathered 12 men who at first glance had nothing extraordinary about them. Peter, an impulsive fisherman. Matthew, a despised tax collector. Judas, hiding a dark secret. How could this diverse group fulfill a divine mission? The answer lies in the courage born from faith. Let's explore this intriguing choice together. Picture this. Simple people, fishermen, tax collectors, chosen for an impossible task. They were told to seek out worthy people and share their peace. But if they were rejected, they should shake the dust off their feet and move on. This simple gesture carries immense weight. What does it mean? Jesus warned that families would turn against each other because of him. Brother against brother, parent against child. This grim prediction came true, but it also revealed the power of the message they carried. Want to know how this changed the world? Stay with me. Think about it. Would you abandon everything? Your home, your job, your security, for an idea? They did without knowing what lay ahead. Jesus warned them. I'm sending you out like sheep among wolves. They had no prepared scripts, but they trusted the right words would come at the right time. This confidence turned them into giants of history. How could someone so ordinary have such an impact? The answer lies in what they were willing to sacrifice. They knew they'd be persecuted, betrayed, even killed. Yet they pressed on. Why? Because they believed the truth they carried was greater than any fear. This courage still inspires millions. Would you have that strength? Jesus sent them with a clear purpose. Proclaim that the kingdom of heaven was near. But here's the catch. They couldn't take anything. No gold, no silver, not even an extra change of clothes. Why? Because the message was so powerful that nothing else mattered. Drop in the comments what inspires you about this story, or which apostle you find most fascinating. Your thoughts could spark an amazing discussion. Well, let's move to the next part. But first, should I keep unraveling this story? This blind trust is something that intrigues us even today. Could we be capable of such surrender? This decision set them on a path filled with dangers and miracles. Want to know what drove them? The answer might change how you view your own choices. What made them so special? Why were they chosen? Stick with me because what you're about to discover will blow your mind. This story begins with a leader who saw potential where no one else did. Each apostle had something unique, but they all shared one thing: the determination to follow a greater calling. Their mission wasn't simple. They were instructed to heal the sick, cast out demons, and even raise the dead. Sounds impossible, right? But these men, with little to no experience, performed feats that defy logic. With every miracle, the crowds grew more curious, but also more divided. Some saw them as heroes, others as threats. This tension created an explosive scenario you need to know about. Imagine walking into a city where no one knows you, carrying only a message. That's what the apostles did. Their journey wasn't just about miracles, but about courage in the face of danger. The apostles faced courts, governors, kings. Each confrontation was a chance to spread their message, even under threat. But it wasn't all glory. The mission came at a high cost: division, betrayal, even death. Hear us a question. What would you do if you were called to a mission like this? Have you ever imagined carrying a message so powerful it could change lives, but also make enemies? The apostles knew they'd be hated for Jesus' name. Jesus warned them to be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. But each trial was a chance to testify. Imagine standing before a king knowing your words could cost your life, yet they spoke. Why? Because they believed they weren't alone. Something guided them, and that changed everything. That's an intriguing combination, isn't it? Being clever without losing purity. Nothing was by chance. This certainty sustained them amidst chaos. Every act of kindness, every support given to them, had an eternal impact. How does this connect to our actions today? The answer might surprise you and inspire you to act. Want to know how this helped them overcome the impossible? Stay tuned to find out. Every step, every word, every sacrifice planted seeds that still grow today. They had no gold, but they had something far more valuable: a message that transformed the world. Want to know how this ended? Before we go on, tell me, should I continue with the next part? They needed this wisdom to face powerful leaders and hostile crowds. How did they do it? The answer lies in the strength that came from something greater. Yet they pressed on, facing persecution. Their courage came from a promise. Those who endure to the end will be saved. What does that mean? Jesus made it clear. Those who love family more than the mission weren't worthy of it. It sounds harsh, but it was a call for total commitment. The apostles chose this path, knowing they could lose everything. That choice made them legends. What would you sacrifice for something greater than yourself? Let's dive deeper into this journey full of risks. This idea is powerful. There's something more important than life itself. The apostles lived this, facing dangers with a courage that defies logic. How does someone find strength for that? The answer lies in a promise we'll explore soon. The apostles' mission was clear, but the path was filled with traps. Persecution was inevitable. The apostles were dragged to courts, whipped, humiliated. Here's a shocking detail. Jesus said he didn't come to bring peace, but a sword. What does that mean? The apostles' message divided families, communities, even nations. This division wasn't the goal, but the result of a truth that demanded tough choices. Have you ever faced a situation where standing up for what you believe cost you something? The apostles lived this every day. Their loyalty was tested to the extreme. We were told not to fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Every detail of their mission had a purpose. Even the hairs on their heads were counted, Jesus said. This shows the care with which they were guided. The apostles also received a promise. Those who welcomed them welcomed Jesus himself. This idea is so powerful, it still resonates today. Their journey was about more than miracles. It was about legacy. Now, picture being an apostle, knowing each city could be your last. They were warned. If persecuted, flee to the next city. But never give up. This resilience is what made them unforgettable. Their mission was bigger than any obstacle. How did they keep their faith amid so much danger? Let's find out. The apostles' message wasn't just about words, but action. They healed, freed, transformed lives. Each miracle was proof of the power they carried. But it also attracted enemies. Religious and political leaders saw them as a threat. If your subscription helps us bring more content like this, ready to join us on this journey? Back to the apostles and their earth-shaking impact. They were human with doubts, fears, flaws. But they were chosen because they were willing to follow, even imperfectly. This is a powerful lesson. You don't need to be perfect to make a difference. Want to know how they overcame their weaknesses? The answer is in the next part. Jesus promised that those who confessed his name before men would be acknowledged in heaven. Each apostle faced tests that revealed who they truly were. I'm ready to reveal how it all ended and the impact we still feel today. Shall we go to the last part? Their choices shaped not only their lives, but the future of millions. How do these choices still affect us today? Let's find out together. This promise drove them even in the darkest moments. Ever thought about what keeps you going when everything seems against you? Why did a message of love cause so much conflict? The answer is more complex than it seems. This boldness was risky, but necessary. Every word they spoke had the power to change hearts or spark revolts. How did they balance this responsibility? The answer lies in the trust they placed in something greater. Here's an invitation. If this story is moving you, subscribe to the channel now. We'll keep exploring stories that inspire and challenge. They were called to preach from the rooftops, to shout the truth without fear. Nothing should stay hidden. Those who found their life by protecting it would lose it, but those who gave it up for love would find it. This paradox is the heart of the apostles' story. They lived it literally, and the result was a legacy that spanned centuries. How can this idea change your perspective today? Apostles knew the world would hate them, but they also knew it was worth it. The mission demanded total sacrifice. They faced betrayals, even from those closest to them. Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, chose a different path. His story is a grim reminder of what happens when loyalty is broken. But even so, the mission continued. Why? Because the truth they carried was greater than any betrayal. Let's dig deeper into this. The apostles weren't perfect. Their story's full of contrasts, miracles and dangers, faith and doubt, love and hate. Before we move on, tell me, Should I dive into the final part of this epic story? We've reached the climax of the apostles' story, and what comes next will leave you speechless. They were sent as sheep among wolves, but they carried a message no one could ignore. This meant every act of kindness, every cup of water offered, had eternal value. This idea is so powerful it still challenges us today. How can our small actions have such a big impact? The answer lies at the heart of this story. Every step was a test of faith, courage, and sacrifice. What made them so extraordinary? The answer lies in what they were willing to give. Let's dive into the end of this journey. The apostles received a promise. Those who welcomed them welcomed Jesus himself. They faced the impossible and left a legacy that still shines. Drop in the comments what struck you most about this story or how it inspired you. If this inspired you, share it and let's spread this message together. See you in the next video. Your thoughts make all the difference. And don't forget to share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. See you next time. Their story isn't just from the past, it's a call to you today. What will you choose? They were called to be more than followers. They were ambassadors of a new era. Every miracle, every word, every sacrifice was a seed planted for the future. They had no riches, but they had something no money can buy: purpose. Peter, with his passionate leadership, John, with his deep love, Matthew, with his radical transformation, even Judas, with his betrayal, teaches us something. Their stories show we're all capable of great things, even with our flaws. Which apostle inspires you the most? This purpose led them to change the world. And you, have you found your purpose? Even facing death, they knew their mission would live on. How did this legacy reach us? The answer is more inspiring than you might think. The apostles' story is about choices. Choosing faith over fear, truth over safety, love over everything. The apostles show us we don't need gold or power to make a difference. Just faith and action. How can you apply this to your life today? That's the question that lingers. Each apostle left a unique mark. Your like helps us spread this message to more people. And don't leave yet. We have one last reflection for you. The apostles' story is a call to action. What will you do with it? Their mission didn't end with them. It continues in every person who chooses to live with courage and purpose. Here's a final invitation. If this story touched you, hit the like button now. This epic journey of the 12 apostles reminds us that great things start with small, courageous steps. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Thank you for sticking with us. The apostles' story is proof that faith, courage, and determination can change the world.